May 3rd of 2020 brought one of the saddest days for the Minecraft account community, with over 20 usernames containing illegal characters lost to a Mojang name purge. It's common knowledge at this point that this wave was caused by a surge in the creation of these illegal or invalid names through an exploit found in the middle of April. But what many don't understand is just how this exploit worked. Recently, the exploit made a reappearance in an unexpected way, resulting in new invalid accounts, dupe accounts, or sometimes both. In today's episode of Minecraft Uncovered, we explore this mysterious exploit and discover how Unicode broke Minecraft. I haven't found any record of Unicode bugs in Minecraft until April of 2020, which is when the story of the Unicode invalid method began, so we'll start there. I've already talked a lot about the initial research stages in a separate video that I'll link in the description, so I'll mostly be glossing over it here. Basically, one of these Unicode invalids was discovered at the turn of the year, which was unexpected hit with a Turkish dotted uppercase I. When the Minecraft API had a ton of changes, my friend Tanpug had the idea to try some special accented characters, and my other friend Lucky Swede was able to get one of them working, the same as the one used in Unexpected Hit's name. He also found that another Turkish character, the lowercase dotless I, was working, and over the next 2 weeks, I would discover that the Latin long S and Kelvin sign both also worked on these names. The method ended up being leaked on May 2nd. Well over 100 invalids were created in the next 24 hours, and Mojang took action by purging all of them, along with a large chunk of non-Unicode invalids. The entire Unicode exploit was essentially erased from Minecraft's records until just a few days ago, when Desmond, who's basically the king of finding invalid names, discovered a previous Unicode invalid that can still be viewed on Mojang's API. Picture on screen and link in the description. But let's rewind a bit and figure out what was happening and why it worked. What about these 4 characters was so special? Why not any other type of accented character, or any other invalid character in general? Well, the answer is 3 words: case mapping collisions. I'm sure that means absolutely nothing to 99% of you, and don't worry, I didn't know what it was either until I researched it for 2 weeks. But it's a pretty big issue affecting Unicode programs in particular. Other programs utilizing a SHI or other text encoding formats don't have this issue. In layman's terms, case mapping is what you call this, turning uppercase letters into lowercase or vice versa. Without case mapping, programs running Unicode could accidentally turn your lowercase x into the Greek character delta, or an uppercase B into the Ethiopian syllable ja. That's part of the reason that a lot of usernames on the internet are case sensitive. Uppercase and lowercase letters are considered different characters until they're case mapped. But in Unicode, likely unintentionally, there are a lot of cases where a letter isn't just mapped to its uppercase or lowercase equivalent. Now, most of these don't apply to the English language, meaning it wouldn't actually affect Minecraft, but there are a few that do, which have been nicely organized into a short list by a very helpful man at getwisdom.io. You can see the 11 characters here that end up screwing with Unicode when you try to convert them between uppercase and lowercase. Curiously enough, the long dotted I that started this whole exploit is missing from the list. I would say he left it out because he already included the other Turkish character that Unicode confuses with the letter I, but he included 2 different characters that get confused with ST, so who knows, maybe he just forgot, or something. Minecraft usually wouldn't fall for a trick as simple as replacing letters with a glitchy equivalent, but because of all the changes made to their API at the time, some piece of code must have been lost or changed, allowing the exploit to work. From there, we all know the rest of the story. Now, that would have been and should have been the end of the tale, and until very recently it was, but case mapping collisions, as simple as they may be, have caused issues time and time again on lots of massive platforms, not just Minecraft. GitHub was hacked in November of 2019 by the same guy that made the character list shown earlier. Spotify faced the same problem in the middle of 2013. And the latest victim of weird Unicode character stuff was Microsoft. More specifically, Xbox Live. In early February of this year, the Xbox Live username system fell for, more or less, the exact same trick we used on Minecraft. Replace a normal character with one that causes a Unicode collision and you'll have your very own invalid username. or in the case of Xbox, potentially a duped username, meaning anyone could claim pretty much any name they wanted. The method was spread and patched much more quickly than when it was used in Minecraft, but Microsoft took an interesting approach to removing names that were already made, which was... they didn't. At least not all of them. For some reason, maybe because there were just too many, these names weren't consistently handled. Some names ended up getting changed to their non-invalid equivalent, assuming that wouldn't cause a duplicate account. And some names were replaced with a randomized Xbox gamertag, you know, atrocious Foxtrot 677 and the like. But in other cases, the names weren't touched at all. Both invalid and dupe accounts were sometimes just not changed, and even today they're still around. Fortunately for me, a friend of mine who's asked to stay anonymous was able to keep some of these anomalies, and he kindly allowed me to do a little bit of experimenting with them. The first of these accounts is just a normal invalid OG account, or at least as normal as an invalid OG can really be. Now, as you may know, Xbox Live names don't do anything on Minecraft Java, and likely won't be relevant until at least migration, if ever. But Xbox Live is very useful for a few other platforms. The obvious one is Xbox, but I don't have an Xbox to test on. However, the other is even better. Minecraft Bedrock Edition, which requires an Xbox Live account to play multiplayer. So I logged into the Xbox Live with this broken username, et voila, the first invalid Minecraft PE name that I have ever seen, though I highly doubt it's actually the first. But contrary to what you may have thought and what I did think, these invalid names aren't actually broken. Whereas Minecraft PC has issues left and right with invalid names, whether it be broken commands or invincibility from being banned on a server, there's essentially nothing like that on Bedrock Edition. I was able to log on to a good portion of multiplayer servers with the invalid name and play just as normal. Commands worked fine, gameplay was as expected, the only difference was a very peculiar name in chat, the player list, and my name tag. So, I thought, invalid names were fine. Servers just treat the invalid characters like their normal character equivalent. But surely, duplicate names must cause issues, right? So I went back to my boy and I asked him if he had any dupe accounts I could try out. Fortunately, he did. A pair of accounts named Skyblock, both using Kelvin signs instead of the letter K. I had some issues logging into either of the accounts on Minecraft Windows 10 Edition, so I bought Pocket Edition on my phone and tried it there, and fortunately it worked perfectly. My friend logged on to the other account, and we both joined CubeCraft Pocket Edition to do a bit of testing. And surprise surprise, flawless gameplay. Even with duplicate accounts, which are notorious for their many exploits on Java Edition, Minecraft Bedrock had no problems. So, that's it. Minecraft Java is buggy and Minecraft Bedrock is not, right? Well, I had another idea, one that wouldn't have been possible until the past year or so. What if I used one of these broken Bedrock accounts to log onto a Java Edition server? Obviously, you need a Java account for most, but a proxy called Geyser MC has been making the rounds recently, allowing both Bedrock and Java users to play their favorite servers together. The chances of this working were low, very low, and I almost didn't even try it because it seemed like it would be a waste of my time. But I did, and fortunately for me, my efforts paid off. After a few hours of searching for the right server, my friend was able to find one in perhaps an unlikely place. A server literally known as the worst server ever, owned by the one and only Billy K, the owner of Minecraft's exclusive Turtle Cape. But no matter how bad this server supposedly was, it had proper crossplay between Java and Bedrock. So I got on the server on Java Edition, in this case using my account Aiden, pulled up Minecraft PE, added the server, clicked join, and hoped for the best. And the best is exactly what I got. Skyblock popped into the server, working perfectly well and with just as invalid of a name as ever. I ran around with the account, added it to my party, tried out some creative, and all went well. By all counts, every single part of this experiment should have been a complete failure. Invalid accounts shouldn't work, dupe accounts shouldn't work, and both together should definitely not work, but they do. And with Bedrock crossplay slowly becoming supported across various Minecraft servers, who knows what the future may entail. Even if Mojang and Microsoft were never to screw up like this again, the damage is already done. Tens, hundreds, maybe even thousands of these broken names have already made it into the account pool, and I don't see them being removed anytime soon, especially not considering that Microsoft already tried to get rid of them. I can't speak for anyone else, but I think we'll be seeing a lot more of these so-called broken accounts very soon. That's it for the video. I hope you all enjoyed. I didn't really have the idea for this video until very recently, and I researched, scripted, and recorded this entire thing over the course of like 3 days, so apologies if it seems a little bit rushed. I do have a lot of new stuff coming soon, including a new series and sort of a comedic history video, though they do still follow a similar format to my current videos. But anyways, I think you'll enjoy them, so stay tuned. Also, check out my Twitch. You'll find me doing casual gaming streams over there just whenever I feel like it, really. But that's all I've got to say though, so have a good one. Later.